Political messages adorn the walls, posters and graffiti. And in the background, the black and red star of the anarchists. People here say the Exarchia district in the center of Athens is different. Hardly any tourists venture to the neighborhood, which is famous for being left-wing and countercultural. Representatives of the state are not very welcome. In December 2008, a 15-year-old boy was shot and killed here by a police officer. That triggered a wave of protests and riots. Last December saw more clashes with police in Exarchia. They keep a low profile nowadays, residents tell us. People here want to be left in peace and take charge of their own lives. The anarchist flag hangs above this social center in a squatted building. We were warned that people here would not want to talk to us because they're skeptical of the mainstream media. Still, we venture inside. It smells of lunch, beans and noodles. Despite the warnings, we're made very welcome. Dimitris Laliotis is preparing the food. When the crisis hit, he gave up being a photographer in order to help people in the neighborhood. He tells us they only use fresh ingredients: potatoes, carrots, beans, olive oil, tomatoes. They want people to enjoy a good, healthy meal at a decent price. Dimitris Laliotis has taken an interest in the left-wing anarchist scene for a decade now and has always liked to cook. So when the social center set up this canteen, he was happy to offer his services. He says this is an anarchist canteen. What that means is there's no till. You don't get a bill. They collect money in a tin. He's proud to be able to offer such quality food to people without making a profit, he tells us. 30 or 40 guests come each day. Everybody is welcome. Lunch costs 2 or 3 euros, but if you can't afford that, you can eat for free. Vasilis Kolokotronis is a regular. The company he worked for went under. Now the center is like a second home for him. He tells us he had a good job and a good standard of living. Now he's retired. But his pension has been cut by 30%. There have been so many cuts in recent years. The Christmas bonus, the Easter bonus, even holiday pay. He tells us people have less and less money. Everything is being cut. Many are poor in Exarchia, but the sense of solidarity is strong, and the willingness to help is great. Umbrel is a small outfit that runs a social barter exchange. Frida Katsianis used to work in a bank. Now she runs the project. This lawyer wants to find a French tutor for his daughter. In exchange, he can offer legal advice. The idea is for people to provide each other services, all without money changing hands.
We don't make charity. That is the point. Everybody is welcoming here, even he has money, even he has not, and he has to give something and to take something. Perhaps someone gives everything and take nothing. Never mind. Perhaps another one gives 80% and takes 20%. But this is the point of view.
We bump into a well-known writer and artist, Kyriakos Kassis. He shows us a drawing of ancient Greek heroes. He tells us he has no faith in the politicians. He's been politically active since the early 1970s when the military dictatorship was toppled. Back then, Exarchia was already a hotbed of resistance. Kassis says he and his comrades occupied the law faculty at the Technical University during the uprising against the military rulers. He was beaten to a pulp and had to be carried away. He was half dead. After the dictatorship, he says, a group of guys showed up who played at being politicians and ministers, all individuals with no sense of responsibility. As we say goodbye, Kassis says people must be able to live in dignity even if they have no money. In Exarchia, people live lives that are decidedly unconventional. The district is grungy and it's cool. Rents are low. It's anything but comfortable and bourgeois. It has lots of bars and cafes. Café Floral on Exarchia Square is a venerable institution. It's been here since the 1930s, and it's much favored by students, artists, and intellectuals. Its name's a tribute to the famous existentialist hangout Café de Flore in Paris. The owner is Georgios Thalassinos. He's a close observer of the neighborhood and the way it's been changing. He was here when the teenager was killed and when the riots erupted. He saw it all. He says Exarchia means counterculture and resistance to authoritarian systems. It's anti-establishment. And not just nowadays. It was already that way during the German occupation in the Second World War. Exarchia is also full of youngsters, he says. People come here for many reasons, but above all, to be free and independent. It's colorful, and it has a distinct character and feel. But there are problems in the district too. Since the crisis began, it's become a center of drug dealing. We did not dare film in some parts. It's too dangerous. It's rumored that property developers and gangsters sent in the dealers to make the district less attractive so they could buy up real estate cheaply. The crisis has brought great misery, he tells us. It's made many people very angry. It's also triggered a decline, he says. There are drug dealers, lots of homeless people, indigent immigrants who beg, gang warfare as well, young people heading towards a career in crime, also because of drugs. The massive problems in the area are reflected in the work of this healthcare center. It's independent and financed through donations. Lena Kougia works in the administration. She's one of 40 volunteers at the clinic. She says more than 4,800 patients have been treated here so far, and all for free. She says it's important to offer help in these difficult times. People who come here have nothing. No insurance, nothing. Some at least have state health insurance, but they often don't have the money to buy medicine. The doctors are also volunteers who work at the clinic in time off from their regular jobs. Dimitris Parthenis tells us many patients seek treatment very late when their diseases are far advanced. Others had been prescribed drugs but never took them for lack of money. The consequences are devastating.
Generally speaking, Greeks had, maybe because of the Mediterranean diet, maybe for many reasons anyway, this is not the problem. They had a good life expectancy, sometimes over 78 years. And the last 5 years, the life expectancy in country decreased considerably. And apart from that, we have also a tremendous increase of the suicide.
Healthcare should not be just for the rich.
Health is a right, is a human right for everybody. And here is our title: social, medical clinic and pharmacy solidarity. Medical clinic and pharmacy of Athens. It is from a demonstration. But after the demonstration, we decided to put it in the wall.
And he has another message he wants to share.
We hope that some people, they understand that they have to resist. Maybe after the whole experience, could be more mature to criticize and to have a political approach to the whole condition.
And that's exactly what many people in Exarchia are trying to do under very difficult conditions.